Hello and welcome back to my channel, Checks Captures Threats. Today's episode will be game 11 of the Rapid Increase. So, a win today might put us into the 1800s, so let's see if we can get another win. So, 10-minute game here. We're going to be against someone from Germany. Now, if we do win this, we'll be 1 point into the 1800s, but we'll see what happens. Now, a weird opening. Now, what do we do here? We could play a London-like thing. Or we could play the Queen's Gambit. Or it is a type of Benoni and we do push. I think we're actually going to push. As normally you have e6 and that. So we're going to play c4 next. And I think we just carry on our like Queen's Gambit-like thing. So, here we go. I don't know the opening of this. Hopefully we can find out in the game review. But a very weird opening to start off with. So, I'm going to get our knight out. If there's a capture here, I'm not too bad with it. We can push our pawn up after. Okay, I think we're just going to get either our other knight out or we pin. I think we're going to get our other knight out. Now, good thing about that is we actually have a good few ideas here. We're trying to do this. So, we've got some plan. Even though we don't know the opening, it's always good to create one now. Do we push first now? Or do we go like this? I would expect that. So I actually think we're still going to create the pin here. Even though there's technically not a pin because the bishop's blocking it. We're going to kind of try and force them to attack us. So. Now there might be something you can do here with this capture thing. But I don't think there is because our queen can capture. So we're all good. It's just going to castle. Now I'm thinking about e4 a lot more now. And I think we are going to play it. And then I think we're going to play our bishop down to d3. Maybe even get our queen to d2. Have a nice little pair here. We might even sacrifice if they push. So, I'm going to bring the knight back now. Playing a bit more positional. I guess he's going to try and get the knight here, but he's attacking our bishop. So, our best bet is probably capturing here. Actually, queen captures, and all these pieces are quite locked in. So, I do not mind that. And we're going to just get our bishop out here. Now I'm expecting something like this might separate our pawns, but our knight can capture and we actually get an outpost. So I'll be very doubtful if he does that, and it attacks his queen, obviously. Now a queen move just up to d2 after castling, I think is probably our best bet. He's going to push, he's going to actually lodge everything in now, especially our bishop, but we can move that around, and we can also move that back down to here if we have to. I say we're actually going to move the queen up now, just in case there's any movement he's going to do. I think this knight's going to move now. We might actually get this knight here and he's going to transfer the other knight over and obviously get this bishop to try and do some sort of pin, but no, okay, he's just going to play that knight there. Nothing wrong with that. Now we could actually castle queenside here. Do we try and go, because we actually have got a nice bishop here that can cover, so you know what, for a change we're actually going to castle queenside. Now this is probably very risky and it probably doesn't work. And we might be in trouble, but we'll go out for some risky stuff now. I'm expecting a push here soon. We really, in this position, we're going to move our king. It looks weird, but imagine we castle kingside and we've just moved our rook. So, now, this position looking not that bad. Now, I was a bit confused because the reason I did this was that he can't play this. Now, he's still done it. Can we not just capture? Because after capture, it does open his rook, but after we capture with our bishop, we can just come back. I'm going to capture here. Or are we? Yeah, we're going to capture here. We're going to capture back with the bishop, I believe. So we can come back here. He might try something like this. That doesn't faze me at all. We actually would probably just come all the way back or something. Or even just go here so we can actually play a move like this, actually. Okay, he's going to play the bishop this way instead, and I think we now just go here. Got to play a few faster moves now. So we're now putting a lot of defence on this. We've got nice defence here in general. He's now going to try and get his knight to this square. We could try and stop it, but I'm slowly seeing a lot of attack here, and we're not really creating our attack. So we might have given us one move here to try something. We could try a bishop move, but I don't think it's going to work here. Knight move, that doesn't give us anything. A pawn move here is not just going to help at all. Could try and get our rooks here, but I think we've got enough for now. So we're going to just try and create... Can we create some sort of attack? No, I think we're going to play our rook across and up here. And then we can move our queen away. This might show a bit of a mistake here with our queen side castling here. So he's going to bring the knight in now. Actually, I did not expect this. I expected to double up here. Now my guess is that if we push, he's just going to capture. Now we don't actually have to push at all. Actually, this bishop move is looking rather healthy, but no, I don't think we'll get that bishop move done. I might try and do this. This isn't phasing me at all either. So we're just going to try and look at this push. Try and push as much as we can. So, again, not in a nice spot. We've always liked this somehow out of the middle game. It's not my strong point. I need to work on it, but hopefully we can just about survive it and then maybe try and push an attack. But I just don't know if we're going to have enough time here. The only good thing here is that he's going to struggle to... My guess is that he's going to get his rook across here, but I'm not seeing what his attack is now. He's going to try and double up or something. I mean, there's no attack here. That's the only thing. So we're just going to push quickly, try and get this attack working. As we'll move stuff like this around, but we're going to just have to kind of be a bit, you know, trying to get that. Now, I think we're actually going to do this first. This actually looks quite nice now. If we can get that. But if you look here, capture, we capture, there's nothing here. My guess is that it's going to be something like a bishop move, and then he's going to get his queen like this. That's my only vision. I'm thinking a rook move and then a queen move. So, struggling here is definitely the way right now, but we can worry about that later. We've just got to try and hope we can find our way through. So he's now going to double up as we expected, but did it a little bit later here. Now we could try and do this, but I think that's just not going to work in time. Although I feel like he's doubling up on the wrong part, unless he's trying to double up here is what he's trying to do. I might have to bring the rook up now. I think we're going to have to do that. And then we can block with our queen. We might even come back with our queen. It looks a bit weird, but we still have the line. That's all that matters. So, and we're still protecting this. For once in the middle game as well, we're actually ahead on time, but don't know if that's going to help here. So, I'll be very surprised if he does this. That does not look like he does anything, and he's going to now move his knight about. Okay. So I'm really thinking this move is now definitely not going to work. Could we get a move up here? I just don't think it attacks anything. This bishop, we might need to do something like this. I feel like we need to actually move this knight. Maybe something like this actually could work. And that looks quite nice because we can then push to F5. Or sorry, F4 should I say. So actually that looks quite nice. We're going to do that. He's going to try and start moving his knight. So we'll stop trying to move ours. I don't think we can move our knight here. That looks a little bit troublesome. And he's now going to move his knight in now. I'm expecting something like this next. I feel like we can play this knight here. Yeah. He attacks, we just take. I think we take with the queen here. Might even get a nice rook lift. Maybe we take with a bishop, to be fair. They wouldn't have an attacker then. And if we capture them, they capture with the rook. That's not that good for us. So we might have to leave it at that point. So I think there we capture with a bishop. And then we can always come back. There's not a place there that we have to like force ourselves away. But now we're looking quite good on time. And we actually look like we have some sort of defense. So, he's now going to retreat his knight, actually. That's quite handy that he's retreating. Now we have two very good knights now protecting here. We can always bring our bishop down now as well. That's even helping there. Now I think we're just going to create our attack now. A much needed one at this point. And this is going to absolutely we're just going to try and bulldoze through. That's kind of our attempt here. We go here, we're going to then push, maybe, or something like that. Or we're going to take with the queen first, then we can push. You know, trying to get this bishop to open this line up. Maybe even get these rooks across. Now he's going to bring his other knight in. Now I had a look at this. Capture, we capture back. I'm not too unhappy with that. And if we capture, they capture, we capture, I don't really like that. So I don't think we capture in this position at all. Also, when we capture, it unveils our queen, so all good. Now, if we capture here, they have to capture back there. That's what I like the look of. So we open up our position a lot nicer. Now, he might have a look at this move, but he's actually going to play a check, and we have completely missed this. That was a very silly move by me. Got to watch about how we had a look at these checks where they're pinned, and that's going to lose us just a full bishop, I think. Now, is there a way we can stop this in some sort of fashion? We should have taken it in the end. Made a huge mistake not doing that. I think we're going to have to sacrifice our our king down to this square here, which I don't even like even worse. So that's going to now lose this piece. I think we now have to move our queen out of the way, and this could be just when we thought we got away with it. It seems to have bitten us back, and now we're in all sorts of trouble. That was a very silly move by me, but again, blunders will happen. And now we're back to the same time as well. So it's all looking not in our favour. Haven't had a loss this series just yet, but this might be the first one. That's our first real mistake, I think, we've had. So there is still options for us. We are not losing, to be fair. But he's going to take another pawn here. And we're just slowly losing them all. This knight is the one being attacked here, and I don't actually know if we can keep this, so we might have to swap off here. The only issues now... Well, there's all sorts of issues actually here. Time is also another. So we're going to have to capture here. They're going to capture back. Probably with a queen even. Actually, if they capture with a queen, I actually may prefer this. We're going to bring this queen back one now, I think. I think I'm expecting this now. We can try and double up here. Try and get this. And maybe see if he blunders some sort of mate here with a queen sacrifice. He is going to play that knight move. Now, I'm not too annoyed with that move, because if he does try this little thing where we capture that, there is no mate there because of that. So we're going to have to just play our rook across. This bishop's going to come in very easily now, I'm expecting. We're just trying to get anything we can. He's actually going to push his pawn even. It's that simple for him. Can we push? I think if we push, it does nothing. So we might have to, though. I think he could even sacrifice it, but I don't think that actually does do too much. I think we have enough defense there. Pushing the pawn, they just capture. So we haven't actually now got an attack on that bishop there. So just a very silly mistake here. That knight, we should have traded it. We actually probably would have been completely fine with that rook there. I think we just got a bit too... I got a bit too nervous with how that could have played. Now, might need to go see. We'll have to study this game after, see where we went wrong, because other than that bishop, I feel like we was all over the place. It's a weird opening. I've got to check how to play against it. It was some sort of like Benoni-like thing. But he's now going to move his queen across here. So, is there anything else here? I think he's looking at putting his queen side here to try and do something there. Now, I don't really know what else we have here. Could we try some sort of like push here? There might be something on. I think we're actually just going to try push. We have nothing to lose. We're just going to try and like throw our pieces out. You know, obviously there he can't capture with this pawn. He gets checkmated in 3. And he does not take it with that pawn. Now I actually think we're going to try and just throw again like we did last game. We threw our pawns and it actually worked. Now this time, there is actually another chance this could work again here. And it actually looks quite strong for us, surprisingly. Because if we capture, they capture, we have many checks on. Maybe, I think, many checks. But at least, I think after check, we have like a check here or something. Or even we just capture by then. And we'll have multiple checks then. So, not all done just yet, especially as he's a minute behind on time. He hasn't actually got really a proper check as well yet, with what we can see. So, Just got to try and get some sort of bit here. Now he's going to block it with his rook. So, could we play our rook across here now? I think we're going to have to. These quick moves might just be what helps us here. And we're going to play it. Now, the reason we're doing this is because after capture, they can't capture with a rook, because we can capture again. And just like how we was pinned, we put the pin back on them. So now my guess is a push is most likely the top move for him. I'm surprised he actually didn't push before. My guess is that he's now going to see that. A push, I think, there would have completely stopped all the attacks. Now this might allow some sort of bit here, but he's not going to do it. And there's nothing here, in my opinion, because, I mean, after take, there's still nothing, because this is protected. So we're just going to capture. I'm really confused if there is something there and I'm just missing it, but I don't see it. Because that, we have this knight protecting it. And now he's going to push. This is looking horrible for him. I think he's made a blunder now. Because if this checks, we have a check. If he captures, we have a check. Has he just blundered the game? Have we been saved again by our pawn pushes? Perchance, we have actually somehow succeeded again within these pawn pushes, and I'll be very surprised if we have. It might not be over just yet, though. It might be a draw on now. So, we're going to play a check, I think, here. Don't see any other checks. Now, is there anything else? We've got a check here. It moves back. Anything? Don't think so. Check here if it moves back. Is there anything? I don't think so. Could this just be a threefold repetition? That is my guess. Now, I think it is going to be. Just got to make sure we can actually take here. Does that help? It comes up here. We could play. No, I think we're just going to take the draw here. We're very lucky to even have a chance of drawing. And I think that is going to be that. Just got to make sure there is absolutely nothing on here, and I'm not being a little bit stupid. Check here. Can we sacrifice? Check. It moves. No. And anywhere else, I think. No. So we're going to just play check. And when it moves back, that is going to be. Oh, we're going to have one more move, actually. And there we go. We're very lucky. Very lucky here. Our pawns in the end, I think he missed the move f5. Or f4 even, should I say. And that was a very bad game by us. We actually had 5 great moves in that. Wow. One blunder. I think we know what that blunder was. He had a blunder, but 74% still. So not the worst. But definitely could have been better. So this is a book move that we played, actually. Maybe should have pushed the pawn straight away. It still actually was in book move there. They didn't like the bishop move. They didn't like this. We already are actually up. Now going into this. We move our king. We're actually still half a point up. Point up now. Still a point up, actually. So again, it looks like we're just a point up here. Now this is where we're losing. I thought this knight move was actually quite nice, but they actually missed, and this is 2 points up for us. And like we said, this was a good move. They had this move, and this is our blunder. Very silly. All we had to do was capture it. And just to see, this capture, all it does is this puts us not in the worst position, but it's still not a nice position at that. It's still, but we're 2.2 up. We're going to win the pawn after. We just got a bit too nervous with how the rooks looked. We made a mistake there. Now we're about 3 points down, but here I think he starts kind of getting ahead of himself. Did not like this move, but that's the first bit. But this here is alright. But it's now, I think, this is the blunder. Now, I actually, surprisingly, he's 3 points up still, even with this is the move. It's a very hard move to see, as that is probably the only move on the board he would have had, but it does stop everything. Absolutely everything is stopped in this position, and that is wild. So, that was the winning move. And in the end, this actually puts us 4 points up. So we've somehow gone. We decided to take the draw here, but they give this a great move here. So my guess is that they just want us to take the pawn. Now, the only thing I wanted to check here is if we did take the pawn and they go back, I just couldn't see the move. Is there something? It was a queen move. So we said this rook move, but we saw the bishop. So we just had that one extra move here. And does this win the queen? I think it does. Yeah, it would actually win the queen in this position. So in the end, we had something on, but we just couldn't find it. I'll be honest, I don't mind taking the draw here. We keep the same rating. And I think we go into the next game, hopefully, without... We can't really get much worse than that. So, hopefully you enjoyed my video today. So, thank you and bye-bye.